Hey guys, I'm on my lunch. It's Monday, the 23rd of December. Not on YouTube, but as I said, as I feel led here, I'll make short videos, hopefully, that I'll put up with the dates in the future. In my reading today, week 4 of my 52-week Life of a Purpose Bible study, I'm in the impatience of practicing patience. I'm speaking to myself. Well, God's speaking to me. In day 1, I'm in Romans 8:25, be patient at all times. And I'm going to read, I believe, a verse before and a couple after so we get context. So, it says, but hope that is seen is no hope at all. Who hopes for what they already have? But if we hope for what we do not yet have, we wait for it patiently. In the same way, the Spirit helps us in our weakness. We do not know what we ought to pray for, but the Spirit Himself intercedes for us through wordless groans. And He who searches our hearts knows the mind of the Spirit, because the Spirit intercedes for God's people in accordance with the will of God. So, the Spirit being talked about, for those that don't know, is God's Holy Spirit. And He, as I've said in videos, Jesus said that He would leave us His Spirit. And His Spirit leads us, guides us, reveals to us, prays for us, prayers we don't even know we need to pray for or how to pray for. That's the best way I know how to say that, because often something in my soul is searching for words to pray and I just don't know how to. So I asked the Spirit, the Holy Spirit, to do that, and I believe He doesn't need us to do it, but it still makes me feel better that I attempt to ask Him to do what He already does. He is our support and leads us here. He is the one that dwells within us. So, it talks about being patient, and pretty much hope is not what is seen. It says, but hope that is seen is no hope at all. Like, that's not hope. And that's not faith. And that's why God often doesn't just give us what we want. Or He says, you're more blessed that you don't see, to the ones that were able to see when He was resurrected. And many other times He talked about, well, you're blessed because, I saw you under the fig tree. To Thomas, I believe they called him doubting Tom. And then when Jesus let him know, I saw you praying under the fig tree, then Thomas believed who He said He was. And he said that, in other words, you believe because, I let you know that I saw you. But how much more is it for someone that believes by faith, by not what they see, but, So, this hope and being patient is a thing. It's a big thing. And it says, who hopes for what they already have? But if we hope for what we do not yet have, we wait for it patiently. So, view that in your head, what that looks like. We wait for it patiently, but we're expecting. I guess if you can imagine maybe your animal in a vet, or having an operation, or a loved one, and you're not in there, but you're looking at the door waiting. Now, patiently might be a hard thing, but you learn in life that we could be high with anxiety and anxiousness waiting, right? Because we're going to wait. Or we accept being patient. But either way, we're looking at the door in hope, expecting. And we don't see it yet, but we're expecting. Now, it's not exactly the same here in my example, but we should be expecting. That's our faith. knowing that we might not see a way, or how that mountain will move, or how something that isn't all right or had bad involved in it, how can that be? We keep faith, we hope, and we wait patiently, because behind the scenes God is orchestrating things. And it could take a long time, it could be quick, but he's still orchestrating things, making pieces fit. He knows in the long run the right pieces for us in our life. So he does that. I know that they talk about a day is like 1,000 years. So there's a lot that's being done in the spiritual realm, but we as humans are not patient. So we are to be shaped in our spirit and practice these things. It says that we wait patiently. If we have hope and do not yet see, we wait patiently. We live in a world where our attention span, we can't watch a long video anymore. We watch nothing but shorts. We want to go to fast food, or if we're in a line that is going to take 5 minutes at the store, that's a long time, because we're not practicing patience. So we are reacting to the world that we're in, and we're not the best version of ourselves. And I brought that lineup example because I was at the mall yesterday with my son in Walmart, and there was a woman paying, she's getting ready to be done, and then it was me and my son, and then there's a woman behind me, and she speaking to herself about how this is taking forever. And it really was just like a minute of her standing there. And I'm like, and others, the way that they react or the way they take it can rub off on you easy, you know? Like, my ankle has been hurting, and so I'm standing there like, I could agree, or I can practice and allow that branch of me that doesn't bear fruit, or in the way of patience, to be cut, and I got to practice a new way I react. Like any other habit, you know, it took time to get that, and so it's going to take time to detox or change from it. But you got to be aware, and you got to make the effort, or how can you be corrected? So we live in a world where we are looking for quick reaction, a quick change, a quick fix, and we're just wandering far into bad practices, things that are going to be difficult to turn around. So we just practice patience, and again, I'm speaking to myself, especially when you're going through a lot and uncertainty. And, you know, this video was like, you know, I don't want to make a practice of making them every day, even though I won't be posting them every day and then mass posting them later on. I want to be slow to even react, so I can regurgitate, instead of I'm leaning on my understanding and trying to give people an understanding that is definitely not of God. And I do believe that if I take more time to be slow to make a video and react on my understanding, although there could be a lot of good points and truths in what I'm saying, I know, like wine, if we wait on it, God is going to give us better understanding even then. So I'm praying for that in this time, and I do pray that this speaks to somebody. It has to be practiced. It's not enough to know or anything. There's no power in it. I've said before, that word is just pen and paper unless you apply it and practice it. So be patient at all times. That's Romans 8:25. And I hope that speaks to somebody. Love you guys.